Hello guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Surabhi Anand. You can call me Anand, and this is the first of many videos that is about to come in this particular channel. For me, this is more than just a photography channel. This is more about my journey, which I have been following from couple of years, and I will continue to pursue that journey. I gifted myself an infrared, or you can say a full spectrum camera. Well, the title is not misleading. It's actually something which I wanted for this new year 2024. This was something which is on my list. So at my location, finding those live pixels, Kolari Vision kind of service providers is not that easy as in other situations, other locations. So what I decided was to try something on my own on a Nex 6 camera. This is again made by Sony, and it was one of their early generation mirrorless cameras. Now, a few years ago, I came across this used but pretty unused condition, and I jumped upon it even though I had my A60 500, but I thought the price was amazing. It was around 160 or $170 or something. So considering the price you pay on getting your camera converted to full spectrum is already high. It is close to $200+ at least for Sony cameras. And what I saw was an amazing video. I will link that video too in the description, where a guy is giving you proper guidelines on opening each and every screw, every ribbon, cable, etc. It's a pretty old camera when it comes to features and all, but it still has got 16 megapixel is E-mount, and I have plethora of E-mount lenses. So I thought of doing the conversion myself, and this is the result. Now you might see dust and all, not too sure if you are able to see that, but yeah, this is the conversion. The hot mirror is out. It's not part of this camera itself. I read it that it's not required. It does not impact the focus that much. Maybe the close focusing distance it might be impacting, but it's not impacting the far focus distance. Plus anyhow you can do the manual focus. So I faced few challenges. Let me close it. I am not too comfortable letting it stay open for that long. It was scary a bit. It was complex, but it was less complex than converting the recent full frame mirrorless cameras, because they have created so many layers. Even if I'm talking about Sony bodies, they have created so many layers of PCB on top of that, something else on top of that, another frame, etc. So it's not that easy. The most difficult part, I would say, which I faced during the conversion for this body, well, it was putting the ribbon cables out and putting them back together. Putting them back together was probably 4 times more time taking and scary, and I might have bricked something, but the end result was the camera works, but this display it doesn't work anymore. External monitor with mini HDMI port to get it working, but the viewfinder works perfectly. So the screen does not work, but the viewfinder works. You can see it works, and I did capture a few images. So let me show those few images which I captured with it. And what I did with the remaining money was spend on a nice IR720 square filter. It is from Haida, and it is amazing. So this is the Haida filter which I am talking about. It's amazing what it does. The best part that you can use your IR720 or 590 filters, infrared filters, even on your normal unconverted camera which has only visible with spectrum visibility, but you have to go for long exposures, because it works on the principle that some amount of infrared light still bleeds through that hot mirror, which blocks infrared and UV and only allows visible light. So with that concept, you are creating some long exposures, then you can attain some of that infrared light which bleeds in and get that infrared effect. But for the day-to-day usage, like capturing something at 1/100th of a shutter, 1/200th of a shutter, 1/500th of a shutter, this, even with that filter, works amazing. It's like a monochrome. Now I went with the full spectrum because of two benefits. Number one benefit was I did not have any smaller 590 nanometer or 720 or whatever nanometer APS-C sized glass which I can swap it. So that was number one reason. Number two reason was full spectrum is always better in my opinion, because it gives me ability to use external filters and use that camera in any way possible for me. Now, regarding focus issues or any other issues which I faced, well, personally speaking, don't do it on your own. That will be my number one point, key takeaways. Because if you're doing it yourself, remember those ribbon cables are delicate, they are hard to put back together. That is, I really faced a lot of challenges. I was on the verge of breaking those ribbon cables. One reason was I did not have the tweezers. It's very easy to use tweezer. Second thing is, those ribbon cables are very specific in terms of size, and the space is very cramped on these. So as you can see, these cameras are already too thin. So a lot of components are crammed in the very little space it has got. Attempted rest opening, assembling it, putting it back together, that was okay. It was just follow the instructions and it was a breeze. A few problems which I already started to see right now is not using a transparent glass in front of the sensor is a bad idea, because it has already accumulated a lot of dust on the sensor itself. It might be visible, it might not be visible, I can't say right now to you. And the thing is that those dust specks are very much visible on the images. I have to correct it in post. There is a plethora of things which I am going to try, experiment with it, and which I will put in this channel very soon. But see, life is all about experimentation, so I am okay to experiment on something which I did not spend too much money, was not getting used, collecting dust so far, because I was using my other A6500 for so far. I tried to get something out of it, so very rarely I got some use out of it. So I thought of doing this whole surgery. So yeah, there are many things which I want to say right now. There is a lot of excitement about the kind of things which I'm going to post here, a lot of things which goes in my mind, and I just want to be raw and put them out here. So it will not always be this cozy situation where I'm speaking. This is just the first of the very next videos, this set of videos which is about to come, and wish me luck. And I hope if there are any things which you have in mind, if any questions you have in mind, please let me know. I'll be very happy to answer those questions. Thanks for stopping by, and have a great day and a great year ahead. See you soon. Bye guys.